Okay, we're going to read from this PDF file. It is 136 pages long. All right, we're going to begin. First interview with Alexander Laurent. 27 to 29 July 2018, interviewed and filmed by the YouTubers Eurasia couple, published on July the 10th, 2019 at their eponymous YouTube channel. Introductory text from the videos on the YouTube channel Eurasia couple. Please note, the following interview was conducted with a whistleblower who must remain unrecognized. Okay, so let me pause. This is from YouTube videos. It's a 4-part interview, and it's all in German. You can find the videos with English subtitles, but I'm reading it in this English translated PDF file because this video is from my boyfriend, so he can listen while he's driving because he can't really read subtitles while he's driving to work, right? So, okay, let me continue. His activities and work are within completely inaccessible areas, completely unknown to secret services and the highest elite groups. This interview is the first of a total of 3 interviews, each consisting of 4 individual sections videos. The series reveals that humanity is still deeply and firmly asleep. Okay, I'm going to pause there too again. I'm going to interject with my opinions here and there. So, because this is from my boyfriend, my honey. Right. The series reveals that humanity is still deeply and firmly asleep. The series doesn't reveal. Just open your eyes and look around. No shit, right? Okay. That under the conditions on earth, there was no awakening of mankind, but that the awakened people themselves, with all the supposedly liberating approaches from alternative enlightenment, New Age, promises of salvation, belief in good aliens, esotericism, and religious belongings for salvation, are on their way into the New World Order. So, New Agers, you guys are weird. Cult-like and weird. And too happy and too kumbaya and too holding each other's hands and hugging and smiling. You guys are effing weird. So, anyways. It's okay then. It's okay though. It's your choice. It's not for me. Okay, only this generates the New World Order. Everything, including mythological and mysterious phenomena or wishful thinking about a better world, the Golden Age, is part of a staging of a complexly wishful thinking about a better world. Oops. Skipped a line there. The Golden Age is part of a staging of a complexly coordinated network of disinformation, psychological guidance, and control mechanisms, which for humanity is to end in a religious and esoteric spiritual liberation performance. Out of it, the New World Order is born. So, my views here on this earth is everything. The earth is inundated with a bunch of lies. And to keep you away from knowing the truth, to keep you from feeling, I like to call source, you can call that God, like religion, politics, It's just to keep you distracted. Public school system, fake science, fake medicine, pharmaceuticals, all the different media and alternative media and information floating around, all to keep you away from what's real. Reality is you just sit and meditate and go within reality. It's always everything, you're bombarded with so much fear, and it puts you into this, we're forced into this survival mode. So religion, now this is actually my opinion, I could be wrong, although I'm not. But you might get offended, people who are religious. So the human body instinctively want to be connected to source. So, but when you're born into this world, or you're alive, and there's religions, different kind of religions everywhere, and it's a very structural system, and it's designed where you focus on source outside of yourself. So you're going outside of yourself, and you're going to church, and you're doing communion, and you're listening to the scriptures, and you're praying, and you're worshiping, and it's very outside of you, where source and God is already within you. And then to go out there and listen to sermons and read the Bible and to listen to everything else from other people, it's just a distraction. It's to keep you away from feeling and knowing source. And source just is within. Its sources within you. It's internal, it's not external. So religion is a very good way to distract you, because humans are born instinctively wanting to be spiritual. And the outside forces took care of that. They swept you up off of your feet and stuck you into an external institution called religion. And you're always going to be searching outside of yourself. You're never going to find source, because source is from within. Okay, so there's my views on that. Okay. Also the Bible. I feel like the Bible could very well be the controllers of our planet, a playbook for the controllers to follow. Like the Bible has been changed. I don't even know if the original is real. I wasn't there when the actual writings happened. I didn't see source come and direct somebody to write a Bible. Maybe she did, but I don't know. I wasn't alive at that time. Somebody just told me that that's what happened, right? So be very ignorant of people not to use any logical sense and just believe everything they hear just because they learned it when they were young, or somebody told them that, or learned it in school or Sunday school, whatever. So, and what I'm reading here, I'm skeptical too, but I take everything with a grain of salt. The Bible could have been real, but also could have been changed. And now everybody's like, oh, the prophecy, this is coming true in the Bible. This is coming true. Well, it's coming true if it's a playbook for the controllers to follow. To the main goal is to New World Order, everybody, right? New World Order. Anyways, okay. The actual goal, however, the long-term goal, so to speak, will lead to a biological digitalization of humanity, biological digitalization of humanity in the centuries to come, in order to be able to integrate our species into a dominantly acting intergalactic federation. In these interviews, no separate answers are presented. For example, with regard to so-called mysteries, secret world leaders, religions, or the numerous profane control systems, but rather the comprehensible, coherent overall picture is conveyed between all these seemingly different thematic complexes. In order to understand these contents and connections and to be able to get an unmistakable overview, it is recommended to follow the correct order of the interviews with all their parts. This is my kitty. My kitty. Ooh, the kitty. A condition of the whistleblower to the film crew recording the interviews was that we too remain unrecognized. Therefore, all interviews were mostly created without the visual integration of the interviewer in the videos, in order to avoid the possibility of a clear identification of all persons involved in these interviews. Due to dialectical peculiarities, the voices of the interluders were recorded again and distorted. Emotions and vocal accentuation were taken over and imitated true to the original. All statements of the interlocutors were optimized in their sentence structure without additions, changes, or omissions. To protect his identity, the whistleblower wore a spacesuit with helmet. Areas have been pasted over the helmet, which make the brand name of the helmet unrecognizable. A foil was attached in front of the visor to prevent reflections of the coulisse. 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 Never seen that word? Learn a new word every day, except I don't know what it means. I'll have to look it up. Anyways, yes, if you click on the interview, which I will link in the description, it's all in German, and the interviewer is sitting there with the interviewee. She's dressed in a spacesuit with a helmet with stickers. Looks pretty hokey, actually. Anyways, first and second interviews were conducted in July/August 2018, each consisting of 4 parts, which will be published one after the other. The third 4-part interview will be conducted in summer 2019 and published by June 2020. If the third interview is not published, our work was actively hindered or prevented. Has a paragraph. We don't have to read it. It's about the video. So let's look at the overview of topics. Interview 1. Part 1. God is an AI. Page 7 to 39. Statements 1 to 112. So they're saying God is an AI. I don't know if they're talking about the God that the planet worships, which is the sun god, Satan. Not saying that I worship it, but the controllers and has the people worshiping through media, through institutions, through even religions, through teaching of schools. Anyways, it's a bullet list. So we're going to read through the bullet list. What part 1 is about. Our existence consists of a 7-dimensional structure. God is an artificial intelligence of a hidden higher dimension level. The artificial intelligence is Satan, Yahweh, and then Jawi, I guess. Maybe it's pronounced Yahweh too. Yahweh. Jehovah, a computer system developed by humans in the future. in the future. So it's talking about parallel timelines. Anyways, demons are spiritually influencing beings of a hidden dimension level, which are operating on human beings. So the demons are also known as the jinn, right? The Muslims call them jinn. Myths, salvation, wishes, and deception, methods in pop culture and media, time travel, alien stories, and over light speed. There is no warp drive. Intergalactic travel and life is based exclusively on digital, biological, quantum entanglement of living things. No gray aliens, Dracos, big blues, etc., but a huge intergalactic federation has been trying to transform humanity into a digital, biological species for thousands of years. Secret alliances, elites, and lackeys are conveyed half-truths and false knowledge in order to work ignorantly to uninformed in the service of higher extraterrestrial powers towards the digital development of mankind. The natural humanity defends itself by means of potentially existing line of existence, which crosses dimensions against the influences of an intergalactic federation, demons, artificial intelligence, and commissioned earthly lackeys. The digital nobility of our planet, a millennia-old group of immortalized people in the service of the Intergalactic Federation. Okay, part 2. The cross-dimensional influence. Part 2. The apocalypse is planned. Part 2 is on page 39 to 73, statements 112 through 257. And here's another bullet point. What it's about. Part 2 is about the cross-dimensional influence of our human potential line of existence on past, present, and future of the entire universe. What is death really? What and where is heaven? The supernatural control over seers and prophets for the apocalypse. What each person can do to support human rebellion. The removal of artificial intelligence from dimension level. Appearance, nature, composition of alien species of the Intergalactic Federation. The geometric set of rules of our 7-dimensional existence. Crystalline analog development instead of biological digital transformation. So that means synthetic versus natural versus nature. Okay, part 3. Transhumanism, the biodigital humanity. Part 3 is on pages 73 to 104, statements 258 through 345. Bullet points. Part 3 is about technically highly developed predecessor civilizations on Earth. The religious allegorical use of the mythical sun cult as a spiritual control method for the creation and maintenance of civilizing foundations. And you'll see, whenever I see the sun cult, it always reminds me of movies where they're showing worshipping the sun, like Tangled from Disney, the Rapunzel movie, where her royalty, her kingdom's flag is the sun. They have all the sun flags and the dancing around the sun on the drawing of the sun on the floor, and she looks up into the ceiling and she drew all these flowers, and in the dead spaces was the sun motif. So yeah, anyways, they what is it called? subliminal message. The kids when they're young watching cartoons, okay? To worship the sun god and Saturn. Anyways, part 3 is about esotericism, superstition, and New Age as a new spiritual prison for supposedly liberated and awakened. So it's just another trap. Like politics, like the government. And people who fall for that stuff is very cult-like, very strange to me. Like I like run for the hills whenever I sense any weird cult-like organization or behavior or patterns. In high school, when we had school rallies, pep rallies and cheerleaders, it was all very contrived, and got the teenagers to cheer and root for everybody. It was all very cult-like. I cut school so much. I cut high school so much, I took my GED. Anyways, school is very cult-like. I have an aversion to cult-like behavior. I just run from it. Okay? I got cult spidey senses. MLMs, right? MLM marketing. Weird cult stuff. Anyways. The methods of controlling the human mind. Contractional satanic agreement through prayer, worship, and submission to higher beings for the fulfillment of salvation and wishes. Medical, health, and civilization measures to reduce and stagnate population growth in order to facilitate the digitization of humanity after the apocalypse with fewer people. The New World Order for biological digitization is staged as a liberation so that people will love and surrender to this new world order. Media, financial, economic, and energy cartels as a means of preventing escape from the control of civilization. Program systems on Earth which can produce the artificial intelligence pattern system Jahwe. Is that how you pronounce it? Jahwe? Is the J silent? Yahweh? Why didn't they pronounce it? Why didn't they spell it with a Y then if it's Yahweh? But they put Yahweh and Jahwe. So anyways. Part 4. Esotericism. Esotericism, religion, and other means of control. Found on page 105 through 135, statements 346 through 473. Part 4 is about aliens stationed on our planet, physical adaptations and aids for the stationing of digital biological species, a hypothesis signal put over our planet prevents our brain from seeing, the Matrix trilogy, the Matrix triology. It's a little asterisk to read a footnote for orientation of today's people. So I'm gonna scroll down to read the little footnote. The word triology is not misspelled word. It's not a misspelled word. Correctly, it should be trilogy. Greek tri for 3, but deliberately means the word trio, derived from the Italian, going back to the Latin tre for 3. The word trio is usually used in connection with musicians as a band, trio, quartet, etc. This spelling is intended to refer covertly to the music in the 3 Matrix films, which are to be understood as individual musicians, trio in an ensemble in each film of the trilogy. A different pitch/frequency is used on the introductory music. With this reference, Mr. Laurent wanted to playfully remind us that in the future it is mainly the music, i.e. the tone, the frequency, and the resulting melody with which we will once escape the matrix that will be important. So it's the tone, it's the sound, it's the frequency. I'll be very interested in knowing what that tone is so I can get the heck off this prison planet and get out of the matrix. The melody, the song, and the symphony must never be forgotten or neglected as the basis for our exit, Laurent continues. Well, I can't really read a tone. I wonder if they're going to play it in the video, in the German video. I need to find it. I guess I'll get to that as we go along. The melody, the song, and the symphony must never be forgotten or neglected for our exit. Okay, without the analog, DNA cannot develop accordingly. This applies above all to the beginning of our research. Okay, so my dog needs to go out to the garden. I shall be back.